All right, hey everyone. I'm going to show today kind of how to start a hinge, how you can make that. So we're going to create a sketch here, get this going. I'm going to just create a simple rectangle. We'll do this as a center rectangle. I like to use a center rectangle when I'm making a hinge. That way it's easier for me to place the hinge parts. And so that's why I'm making a center rectangle here. Just like I've talked about in class, we're going to extrude this thing. There we go. All right, so I have a nice little rectangular prism here that I want to do a hinge. And so there's a couple different ways that you can do this. The first way I'm gonna show is by using an offset plane. So I'm going to do the plane offset from here, and we're going to pull this out 0.15. I'll talk about why I'm using 0.15 here in a second. All right, and so I'm going to create my sketch. Okay, so again, we're going to do another, actually no, I'm going to do a regular rectangle here. All right, and so I got this nice and centered just like I want it. That will work. Do finish my sketch. All right, and so it's offset here. So why would I offset it? The reason why I did the way I did, I wanted to do a cylinder. All right, and the cylinder, I think this is like 0.2 is the height that it's rotating around here in 360 degrees. I want to do a join, not a cut, to make the solid. All right, and so I did this so that you can see here some of it is attached in here, and I wanted that because if I'm 3D printing this, I want to make sure that I can actually, that's attached to it, that's not just like barely hanging off of it. And so I have it slightly in a little bit. All right, in doing this, so that's why I did that. And with the width, which like I said, I think half of it is 0.2, and so I have basically 0.05 hanging on here, and I think that should be enough to work. All right, the other thing that I would do is if we're printing this, you need to have some indentations here. So I'm going to go zoom in on this and create a circle. Let's make it like 0.15. Yeah, that'll work. All right, finish my sketch. And then I'm going to do an extrusion, and we'll go negative 0.05. So a slight little indentation just like that. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. All right, but this is one way that you can create the beginnings of a hinge. All right, the other way that you could do this, and I'll show you that in a second here. All right, so we'll do 0.05, or actually negative 0.05. Negative 0.05, there we go. All right, so there you go. So this is one way that you can do this. The other way that you could do this is, we'll start another sketch here. So again, I'm going to do a center rectangle. All right, we'll extrude this 3, just like before. I could go off of this. Now when you're making this, what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to zoom in so that you can slightly kind of overhang with your sketch. And let's see here. So I know that I want this to be, yeah. All right, so I'm going to zoom in. There we go. That should work. All right, so we want this to be 1 by 0.2. Yep, that's what we want. And I think I've gone over enough. I guess we'll find out. So, but that's basically what you want, is you want to hang over just a little bit when you're doing this. All right, so this is hanging over just a little bit. You may have to move this, play with it, so you may need to move this slightly up a little bit, but we'll, and actually I did this the wrong way. We're gonna do that over, because I want it to be slightly hanging over on the other side. All right, and so let's see here. I went too far. All right, so I gotta zoom back out, get my bearings here again. All right, so this is where I want to be. All right, except I want to be farther up. Now that's 0.3, so that's too high for what I want. Let's see, 1. All right. That's 0.25, again, too far. So we're slowly getting closer to where I want to be. There it is. All right, so we're going to make you 1. We're going to make you 0.2. All right, and that should be centered the way that I want it. And looks like it is. Perfect. So we're going to finish our sketch. All right, and so you can see that this is hanging off the edge. And so this is a little bit harder to me than doing the offset, but it'll still work. So we're going to select the profile. Make sure you select the outer edge here, and it'll rotate around. Hit OK. See what we got. Yeah, and so it looks like we need to go farther in. We need to move this rectangle, and so let's see here if we can go back to edit our sketches. I don't know. Yeah. So like if we do this, finish sketch, and it didn't move it. So, but that's what you're going to want to do for this, is you want to move this in. And I apologize, it took longer, but that's and so your rectangle, you want to have it farther in so you can revolve it around and have it. But I think honestly, I think that this, doing the offset, easier than doing this, but either way will work. All right, and so that is the beginnings of making a hinge. You would then repeat this, and so based on where this is, you would put on the outside as well to finish it up. And then we'll talk about assembling those in another video. Have a good day.